What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another video. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the ones that have been subscribed, that continue to comment and come back day after day, video after video. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I appreciate you following along. I'm excited for this one, because this one we're doing a germination video. We get to get in the lawn, we get to get in deep, we get to look and see what the lawn is really looking like. I mentioned before, I just want to ask one more time. I got one person that commented 2 videos ago, but if you guys are interested on learning how I make my YouTube videos, they're not very special, they're not very unique from, you know, other lawn care professionals, creators. They do, some of them do a fantastic job and probably do a lot of computer editing. I do a very basic one, kind of like Pete does. So if you are interested in that, let me know down in the comments. Please comment. Give me a thumbs up on this video, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But let me know if that is a video that you would be interested in me making, of how I make my YouTube videos. So therefore, like I said, I do all my videos on iPhone. I sit down, I throw all my clips together, I add music, I can add GIFs now. Apparently they've added that. They've got stickers, and then transitions and all that good stuff with text. Sometimes when I'm really feeling like I want to put time in it, it's a really good video and the edits are good. And sometimes when I'm just rushing it, you can tell it's the quality, it's just rushing it all together. So let me know if that's something that interests you, and maybe we'll make a video about how to make a video. With that said, guys, whoa, look at that lighting. I am Father Abraham. Okay, that's weird. This video, we're gonna talk about germination. The germination celebration. Yeah, we've got baby grass, oh yeah. So, even looking right here, we've got some baby grass coming up. So let me just fill you in that my hand's tired. Better. Normally I got the tripod, but I don't feel like doing it. Again, lazy, talking about editing. Last night we had this little system come through and it dumped about an inch of rain. So I can tell 100% that the yard really thickened up overnight, a lot of the grass. Now, the main thing I want to emphasize with you all is I've got to admit, when I make boo-boos, and the day that I threw down my seed, I made a huge boo-boo. And I think I mentioned it at some point, but I didn't really go into details. And that is that when I went and planted my seed, I thought I had a 50-pound bag of GCI Cool Blue, when in fact I did not. I only had a 25-pound bag. When you're talking about 9,000 square feet, you do the math, 9, 18, 24, that's somewhere around 3 pounds per thousand. And then you also add into that, not only is that very low, but then you got areas that were bare dirt that I glyphosated up in the front yard and the side. And so you're talking about 3 pounds per thousand. That's very low. So I was like, oh crap, I thought I had a 50-pound bag when I didn't. It was a 25-pound bag. So as I mentioned, maybe it's in that video, you can go back and listen. But immediately sitting on the porch, I went to Pete's website on my phone, got another 25-pound bag of GCI Cool Blue, had that rushed. Like I said, Pete is pretty good about getting it here. I think it showed up either that Tuesday or Wednesday. I cannot remember, but immediately when it came, I got out and threw down that bag of grass seed all over and went heavier on the glyphosated areas. So to be fair, I've got one set of seed that's about 3 days ahead of the next set of seed that was thrown down. So in all, I put roughly about 40 pounds of seed down, I would say, because I kept just a handful of it in my shed in case there's areas that wash out, which it looks like there may have been areas that washed out that I need to hand toss some of that seed down. So roughly 5 to 10 remained in the bag. So I upped it a little bit, but if you recall, in 2019, this guy right here, the DIYer that I was, when I smoked off the backyard, as I mentioned several times, I threw down of GCI turf type tall fescue a whopping 70 pounds of seed in this 9,000 square foot area. So I not only covered it, I double covered it. And this year I did not want to go crazy like that last year. That is way too much seed. I don't recommend it. It was lush, it was thick, and literally there may be a video you can go back and look from this past year. When I would try to find dirt, you couldn't even see bare dirt in my yard. There was so much seed. But as good as that is, as lush, as thick as it is, and it was beautiful, I'm going to find out this year if backing that off, was I backing it off too low? Is 50 pounds, 55 pounds the amount of seed I need to throw down, or what? We're going to find that out this year. I do want to be able to see dirt, and I do believe that's important. So we'll see. So just to be fair, I do have seed that's 3 days ahead of seed that's germinated 3 days later. And when you add on to that, it's Kentucky bluegrass. Some of that is still yet to germinate, or is still really just now starting to germinate. And this section I'm looking at that's got moss and stuff right here by in the shady area that I always talk about, I see grass that's just now coming up. So it's going to happen. There's sections over here that are really thin that we're going to look out here in a second. I don't like it. I hate it, actually. Water has started to move down the middle of my yard, being that I didn't have a thick yard anymore. So anyways, let's walk through. Let's just look at some of the germination, document some of it, so when I come back next year and say, well, how long was it? I still have not mowed. Let me be clear on that. I've not mowed, not one time. I've got my battery charging over here that I am going to do some weed eating in some of the areas, like right here along the patio. It's getting long, and around the sides I was going to do here, and up front where the utility boxes are, I'm going to go ahead and weed eat some of that by my mailbox. But we'll go around, we're going to walk, and I'll show you some of the yard, and we'll see some of the germination. And yeah, hopefully next week we can do a mow. So let's take a look, take a peek, and look at some baby grass. So as usual, ladies and gents, this is the mossy area. This is the one area that doesn't get hardly any sunlight. And as I mentioned, these sections are just now getting grass to pop up. And all the little brown dots you see, that you may see in my soil, a lot of that is lime. Remember, I did throw down more lime, and I did just throw down some more starter fert. So that is also, with the rain that we got, the inch of rain that we got the other night, it's really kicked it up, and growth has really, really jumped. And as you see, if you can tell, if I get closer to the ground, about right there, I don't know if you can still tell, but we need to mow some of the existing grass. Some of the existing lawn, definitely, like this over here, really need, it's saying cut me, and I really want to. But with these bare areas like this, I want to give this plenty of time to catch up. And plus it's wet. I don't want to run. Remember, you don't want to run your lawnmower over your wet dirt and make tracks. That's what I do not want to do. I've done that with the spreader on accident already, and don't want to add to it. Plus this area over here and these areas down here stay moist. So one day, today, a full day of sun will be great. Tomorrow, a full day of sun will be great for it. But as you can see, just standing back, you know, it's looking a little thicker. This area is looking really well. It's getting that beautiful sun. And if you zoom in a little right here, we got some baby grass coming in right here. So that's always good to see. These little areas, some of the areas where the aerator came through, like right here, you know, we've got some grass coming through that's still, you know, germinating. So, and then baby grass all through here. So baby grass, and then you got a little bit of thickness in this area over here, looking pretty good. But as I mentioned, without walking down in here, this section right here, this is one of these areas where it looks like water has run down this way towards my shed. So this may be an area where I got to come back and use the garden weasel, till it up some, put some seed, throw a rake on it, maybe not. We will see. Sometimes it's just late to come up in sections, and maybe this is the one. So this, I've noticed there is baby grass coming up around the swing set. It's looking good over here. This should all thicken up really well right here in front of me on the patio. There's my shadow. Woo! Anyways, yeah, baby grass. I'm trying to move slow. If you guys are like me and watch it on the TV or monitor, sometimes I notice that I move the camera too fast. So comment below if that's true for you. And you always say, Mr. Ferguson, you move the camera too fast. Let me know that stuff. So it's looking pretty good here. And then even on the hill over here, it's kind of thin. There's some thatch over there that it's got to overcome, but it's coming in pretty thick. And if you notice, get my shadow out of the way, you can still, like I said, see some of the starter fert, and you can see some of the lime. But you'll notice we still got babies. Like I said, there's still some baby grass that's not been up for too long, that you can see down in there. So I'm trying to be patient. trying to be very, very patient and give all the grass a chance to grow and not run over it and tear it out, you know, trying to cut some of the existing lawn. Some of these, maybe I should have just took pictures of some of this stuff, but as you can see, this is that thin area where I'm constantly walking to the hose across. So me and my wife are still debating on what we want to do there, but it's thickening up really well over here and on the hill, so looking really good, looking really good. So we've got that cool one time a year tall grass from the existing and baby grass that needs to grow in. So all in all, looking pretty good, looking pretty thick. This section is growing in quite well. And we got the sun at an awkward angle, but all beneath my feet. You may even hear some squish squish because it's still moist out here. But baby grass coming in all over here. The side yard, the existing grass really getting thick. You can see it's almost even black down here. Some of this is even really black from some of it's from the spreader. It's just how it is over here, but some of it is just from, I believe, the Humic 12 I've been throwing down from the RGS. It's almost like a black colored mud. And from the starter fur, look at that, it almost looks like oil. It's kind of crazy. I honestly don't know why it's that dark of a color, but grass is growing and it's looking good, so we'll let the grass keep growing. And all of this got baby grass. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it very close, but even up here by the AC unit where it's thin, we've still got baby grass coming up. It's just slow. But it's looking, I really can tell yesterday that starter fur is really making the leaves stand up. That nitrogen, it has not had a good shot of nitrogen since Fert Day, since June, maybe the beginning of June, maybe May. My grass has not had nitrogen, so it has really responded with it's standing straight up. It's growing fast. This area is coming in, you know, so we got baby germination, but my grass is really like, oh my God, nitrogen, boom, and it's just shooting up. It's just not growing as fast as Mr. Ferguson wants it to grow to be able to get the mower out here yet. So I'm letting it dry out, not gonna water it today, not gonna water it tomorrow. Again, you can see just the wetness, you know, over here. Some of this where I walked through and I was putting RGS down again, putting starter fur down. I just need to let all of this section over here, let all of this dry out. Front yard, you can tell it's shaggy. It's shaggy where all the existing grass is. It's thickening up. All of this, it's still not even grown in, but when it grows in, it's gonna look really good. We'll go over here. I'll go on the road, let you see the glyphosated area up top there. Right up here by the road, we'll see that little baby grass and how that's going, but looking shaggy, but greening up for sure. So right out here outside the front door, guys, we're still, like I said, some of this is just popped, you know, germination wise, not that long ago. And it's just like, oh my goodness, would you come on now? As you can see right here from my sidewalk, a lot of water will come down my sidewalk here and it will trickle off into the grass. And so some of this seed has germinated, some of this seed has not. So this is an area right here I'm gonna have to pay attention to after this grass comes up. You can see it's growing in around it, but right here where water is trickled off with all these inches of rain we've had several occasions, this may be a section I need to garden weasel and throw down seed here. So we'll be watching this, but this is common here in this area. But this little section, as you can see, you got the tall grass, it's kind of outlining itself right here. This is all, you know, I didn't really glyphosate any of this that I can recall. It just thinned itself way out, but it is growing in and it's looking pretty good. On this side, as we saw before, it's growing in really nice, just taking its time. I've thrown some weeds, you know, taken some weeds out and thrown them down, but it's starting to grow in and look pretty good. Again, just really super freaking slow. So trying to be patient. Had a line blowout over here that I think came out of the spreader. So that's what happened here. Looks like a dead snowman or something, but yeah, it's coming up here as well. So the hill is finally getting covered well. It's just come on. So that was the purpose of the starter fert. Hopefully it will continue to kick in. The sun, You know, it's just looking gorgeous, looking really good. I'm just anxious to get that first cut on it. And then quickly moving up, let's scroll up here a little bit. Here we got, yes, I said scroll, not stroll. I'm thinking computer. Looking good up by the box. This is some of the stuff I'm gonna try to weed eat, and go ahead and knock that down a peg because it's just getting kind of high and around this tree. But all this area, I'm hoping this will grow in and look a little bit better, that the sun is gonna get this growing. We may need to add some seed to this area up by my little strip here. And by the mailbox. So the mailbox, of course, you know, this is where I was going to take the weed eater, kind of get around this ditch over here with the weed eater, as well as around the mailbox here. But mailbox area growing in pretty well. So just not fast enough for me. I don't know why it seems so much slower. It's 85% turf type tall fescue and 15% Kentucky bluegrass, but it almost seems like for some reason this year it's like 50-50. Like some of the fescue shot up, but then 50% of it's not. But anyways, just seems a little different this year. But yeah, looking good at the mailbox area. And our final stop over here at the edge of the road in the front yard, you see the glyphosate area. We got the grass coming in, so we'll have to watch at the very end near the neighbor's yard what happens there. And this little, you know, strip, obviously we got cars that come in. You see the angle of the driveway here, that it's very easily, you know, you run up, just people want to run straight and run over this section. It's been beat up and compacted. So if it don't grow there, I won't be too terribly mad. But this area is looking really good, and as I've said, you know, you can see just how shaggy the front yard is getting. But the color pop from the starter fert, from the green punch that we gave a splash of, from the green pop, it is starting to kick in. And it's just a matter of being patient, and I just really want to get this cut. But again, I don't want to go ahead and run over the baby grass and tear it up. So that's why I'm trying to be patient, guys, and I want it to look like Jason's, who sent me a picture of his, which we'll see here in a minute, how Maria's looks. They're so dark and rich green, while mine's not quite there. Hopefully next week we'll be able to get a mower on this thing and make it look phenomenal. So boys and girls, that will do another video. Just a quick update to let you see and let myself, you know, let's see, future Mr. Ferguson see what the past looked like at this point when he had planted. So if that makes sense. But anyways, to let you guys know where I'm at. To me, everybody around me this year is like, Mr. Ferguson, look at my lawn. My neighbor, his is going great in his backyard, taking off. One of my coworkers is doing great. He's sending me pictures. Everybody's sending me pictures, and my yard just seems to be doing super stinking slow. I've learned that I think I prefer granular starter fert. That's what I'll be using, and I also will definitely be doing the X-Start, and definitely won't skimp on seed. I think that right around for my yard, I need at least 50 pounds, if not 60 pounds of seed, maybe, well, excuse me, 50 pounds at least, maybe a hair more in the areas that may be bare. I said at some point I'd like to do the whole front yard with GCI seed, but again, it's established. It does well in the summer months, and it looks pretty good. So I don't think I'm going to go through smoking off more grass. I want to, like Super and I, if you guys scroll down in the comments, we're trying to maintain, plant this year, get it looking nice, get it looking thick, and maintain it, and then overseed, so that I can finally get to the point in the fall. I just use prodiamine and we're preventing POA. So anyways, thank you guys again for stopping by for another video. I hope you've enjoyed the update. Again, if you want to send me your pictures so we can feature them here, it's something that I just kind of started out of the blue. Maria had sent me hers to show me, and I've got another one. So bing, here's Mr. Jason. I won't use his last name. He's a coworker of mine that lives relatively close to me, but here's his yard. He sent me GCI Cool Blue. Looking awesome, Jason. Appreciate the picture, man. He's got it going on. I believe he's also using the Carbon X products. So this was his first cut. So Jason, looking awesome. And if you would like to send your pictures in to have them featured at the end of the video, at Mr. Ferguson Lawn on Facebook or on Twitter. And I may start an Instagram, but I'm not sure if I really want to fiddle with another social media thing. I think those two are enough for me. But if you are interested, shoot me those pictures. I'd love to show off your hard work and what you've been doing, what you've been working on. Thank you guys so much for watching this update video. Hopefully the next video we do, I will probably hold out until the first mow video. So hopefully that will be next week. Say a prayer for me. Enjoy your week and God bless you. Take care.